Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. The Premier League is back. The Premier League is back. It's back with a bang. And what better game to start the Premier League off with, or two teams that just play attacking football, pressing, gung ho. Every time these teams match up, it's always an exciting game. Liverpool starting off their title defense with a win, and it was a win that should have been smooth sailing for the most part, and it just overcomplicated it. Before I get into anything in this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below what you thought on this game, your thoughts on this game, because my mind is running mad with thoughts. Now I was on a plane all the way through the game, just picking up my rental car, getting to the hotel, so I'm a little bit late, but it's been on my mind for the last 2 hours. First thing, the first 30 minutes, the first 35 minutes, Liverpool were amazing, incredible. The way we controlled the game, the way we controlled the ball, the way Ekitike was involved in everything, the way Salah was involved creating, forcing a couple saves out of Petrovic. It was a great first half, right? Bournemouth had a couple chances. Semenyo, I think it was Truffert that made an incredible cross, and Truffert is a player that I know from the French league, from Ligue 1. He's a player that can pick a pass. He is kind of a left mid, left back kind of player. Watch out for him because he can offer a lot of the things that Kirkes offered Bournemouth going forward last season. Defensively, I'm not sure he's as strong as Kirkes, but he's going to be a good signing for Bournemouth. Finding Semenyo on the back post just miscues his shot. But for the most part, Liverpool controlled the entire first half. And the goal that Ekitike scores, the pass, it's such a simple 5-yard pass from McAllister, but it's such a perfectly weighted pass that can take it into his stride. And Ekitike tries to nutmeg Senesi. It ricochets off him. And what the hell is Tyler Adams doing? Is he afraid of, he just stops playing. And Ekitike gives keeper the eyes, finishes it into the, and Ekitike for me was Liverpool's best player today, by far. His link-up play, there was a moment where he got the ball, I think off Soberslide, and backheels it into Wirtz's pass. Wirtz, by the way, who we'll talk about in a little bit. But Ekitike is exceptional, and it has me thinking, would signing Isak really make the most sense? I know it seems reactionary. It seems like, Ekitike just played good this week. What if he plays bad next week? But I'm looking at it in totality. I'm not sure it's the best thing for Ekitike's development or his growth, right? He seems to have built a good relationship with Gakpo and Wirtz and that kind of left side of the pitch. I'm not sure if I'll take Isak. I'm not complaining about that. I'll take him, but I want to see more of Ekitike week in, week out. I mentioned Wirtz. Well, actually, no. We'll get to Wirtz in a little bit. The second half, it was more of Ekitike. The little pocket that he finds, that he gets the ball in the kind of the left corner of the box, finds a little pocket, just slows the game down. That's what I love about him. He doesn't rush any actions. He slows the game down, finds Gakpo cutting in, and Gakpo, this is something about he can frustrate me with his decision making, with his dribbling, whatever. When he gets into the box, this guy is so potent. He's so decisive. One shimmy, one fake, two fake, and he just puts himself in the middle of the box, in the middle of the goal. Perfect position to just slot it into the far corner, 2-0. And at this point, Liverpool kind of controlling the game, and Bournemouth start to kind of pick up momentum. And this is where I have my beef with Arne Slot. I don't think there was any reason to take off Frimpong, because Frimpong was our best, well, him and Van Dijk, but Frimpong was the best performing defender on the pitch at the moment. He was taken off. Why are you taking off Frimpong to bring on Endo? And this is not the kind of game we want to see Endo in at all. Against a team that's pressing, a team that's high pressing, a team that's athletic, fast, strong. That's not his game. He's not a quick passer. He's not quick in decision making. He's not quick off the ball. He's not quick on the ball. That's not the kind of game you want to put him in, especially out of position, right? If you're talking about a team like maybe Leeds or I don't know, like a lesser team, no disrespect, but a relegation level team, yeah, 2-0 up, you can bring him on and kind of see the game out. But not against any top 10 side. I really don't want to see that. Please, I don't want to say that again, but I will say that again because that's what Slot does. But it's not really his fault for the goal. Szoboszlai, and a lot of Liverpool fans are saying we have to find a way to fit Szoboszlai into this team. He has to play. No, he doesn't have to play. Yes, he has qualities, but this is the thing with Szoboszlai. He'll give you great moments. He'll track back. He'll make a good tackle. He's aggressive in the tackle. He'll pick the odd pass. But his lapse in concentration, his lapse in tactical awareness cost him so many times, right? Trying a little cute back heel there. It's just overconfidence in the midfield. It's only 2-0. It's not like we're 3-4-0 up. 3-4-0 up, I can understand it. But he gives the ball away in a terrible area, and Bournemouth instantly break. I think it's David Brooks on the left, who actually had a decent game. A perfect ball played into him, and a perfect weighted cross to the back post. Semenyo kind of atoning for the miss he had earlier from Choufet's cross. Just I can't really blame Alisson. He tried, he hit his palm. It was a decent attempt at the save. But Semenyo, I've talked about this guy so many times. This guy is so good. I can't believe he signed a new contract to stay at Bournemouth. I thought a top level team would have wanted him. But I guess when you really think about it, where else could he really go other than maybe Villa, Brighton, Newcastle, kind of those kind of teams, right? But he's a great player, definitely a top 6 quality player. Okay, cool. 2-1 is fine. I can understand it. Brentford are a team that can score against anybody. It's not a crime to concede against Bournemouth. But the second goal they scored is unforgivable from a Liverpool perspective. And I don't know if it's Arne Slot's instructions. I don't know like what they were thinking. But 2-1 up, attacking with the entire midfield. Do you understand how bizarre that is? How irrational that is? Why is Endo bombing forward into the box? That's not your game. You're not a finishing midfielder. You're not an attacking midfielder. You don't score goals. So why are you bombing forward in that position? Why is Curtis Jones bombing forward? Someone's like, everybody's bombing forward. At the moment the ball gets played to Semenyo, we have maybe 7 players in front of the ball, behind the ball. It's really only Konate, Van Dijk, and I think Robertson is like storming back. But that's just ridiculous. That's just stupid. The only way I can really call that is it's just stupid. That's not what you do in the Premier League. Teams will punish you. It doesn't matter what there's so many quality teams in this league, they will punish you for doing something like that. So I don't understand that. And Arne Slot's initial subs, bringing on Endo and bringing on Robertson, I do not agree with those subs at all. And I don't think it was necessary to do that. But anyways, Semenyo carries the ball. He carries the ball. So one of the best ball carriers in the Premier League. This guy, right foot, left foot, pace, strength, dribbling, shot power. This guy has everything you need in a modern day winger / forwards, inside forward, whatever. He's just so good. He sends the entire Liverpool defense to his right foot and then chops it back to his left foot and strikes it in. I'm not sure why Konate is following Van Dijk. This is one thing I always say in my pro clubs teams. Whenever you're defending a player, one player defend one leg, another player defend the other foot. If he beats your teammate and cuts onto his other foot, you're there to help him out. But Konate just runs towards Van Dijk and leaves the cutback, especially because he had another pass to his left as well. But he strokes it into that far corner just expertly. And at this point, I'm literally on the plane raging. I'm fuming because we had control of this game. It never needed to get to this point. So I'm actually just frustrated at what I'm seeing in the game. But I credit Liverpool because they kept pushing. And where Slot actually did get things right, I think he brought on Curtis Jones, which was a decent substitution, because I think he can play that deeper role a bit better than Szoboszlai. I know he had to take out McAllister because McAllister is carrying an injury, so we have to phase him back in. You don't want to play him 90 minutes, especially with Newcastle and Arsenal coming up. So I understand that point. But the point I don't understand was why Ekitike was taken off. Why is Ekitike being taken off when he's our best attacking player all game? Why is Florian Wirtz seeing more of the pitch than Ekitike was? Florian Wirtz wasn't terrible, but he wasn't anything to keep on the pitch. You should have brought on Chiesa, put him in kind of the 10-ish role, and then kept Ekitike on because we'd have had more of an opponent attacking threat. Regardless, Salah, I think it's a long hoof ball from Alisson. Soboslai controls it for Salah. Salah, it's a great cross. This is the kind of cross that any defender would hate to defend against, because if the striker doesn't touch it, I think it's Curtis Jones. It doesn't touch it, it probably goes in. If he touches it, it probably goes in. So it's a great cross. Petrovic does well to kind of divert the ball away, and it just falls to the most unlikely hero of them all, Federico Chiesa, which it was a quick reaction, extremely proficient technique to kind of just lean back and slice the ball into the far post. And for his first Liverpool Premier League goal, actually, which was kind of shocking to me, but his first Premier League goal. And man, Chiesa has to stay, because I'm looking at the forward attacking options. Chiesa needs more time. He needs to play more because he's a quality player. I've watched this guy basically for the last 5-6 years. Juventus, he was incredible. Okay, he needs to play more. We all remember him at the Euros when Italy won it. Yes, he got an injury since then. He's has a couple injuries, but when he's fit, this guy's a great player. Right foot, left foot, pace, trickery. He's a great player. And one thing about him that he always tries. I've never seen Chiesa on the pitch at any football club or for Italy, and he's not trying. He's always trying something. He's tracking back. He's tackling. He's doing something to affect the game. So I want to see more of Chiesa, please, as the season goes on. Especially when Salah goes to AFCON, play Chiesa more. Okay, it's a great finish. I love the slide celebration. Actually, Semenyo had a great slide celebration for the second goal that he scored. But I love Chiesa's slide and just the passion and how he's tapping the badge and just, I love all of that, right? And then Salah with his customary opening day goal, just a random hoof up the pitch, and Salah just chases it down. Everybody's kind of like relaxed. Oh, let's just kind of, regroup, and he's like, nah, let me get some of that. Great finish. And I loved at the end of the game, clapping for Diogo Jota, singing his song, and you just see Salah so emotional. It seemed like he wanted that goal for Jota. And I love how every player that scored celebrated, with the kind of tribute to Jota. Ekitike put in the 20, Gakpo put in the 20, Salah doing the little chop. So I love that we did it for Jota at the end of the day. But now let's talk about what I don't like about the game. I didn't like about the game. From a Liverpool perspective, so naive. I don't know if it's from the manager or if it's from the players, but it's such naivety. When the game was 2-0, we were in control of the game. Bournemouth were not creating anything. They were not creating any. It wasn't until they scored and they kind of started to put more and more pressure that you start to see them creating more. But until the first goal went in, they weren't really creating any clear-cut chances. We were not losing control of the game. When McAllister came off, when Frimpong came off, when Kirkesh came off, we kind of just lost all control of the game. And what I was saying about Soboslai earlier, we need Gravenberch or McAllister, at least one of them, for a full 90 minutes every game. So if you play both of them and they play 90 minutes against Newcastle, the next game, if one of them comes off and you bring in Soboslai, you bring in Jones, then the next game, the other one comes off. We can't finish games without one of them on the pitch because we lose all control of the midfield. And that's what happened today. I credit Bournemouth because their press was incredible, and their press is always incredible. That's one of the things that in an Iriola team will always do: press well. Right? They might burn out match week 27 and 28, but for now they're going to be hot and they're going to be cooking something. That's what provoked me more than anything in this game is the lack of control in the midfield, the lack of tactical awareness in the midfield. I think, for the most part, the defensive errors that happened in the Community Shield weren't really there today. They weren't really there. The defense was more locked in. It was the midfield in front of them that was kind of not efficient in seeing out the game. Speaking of the midfield, Florian Wirtz. Now I heard all the slander name. Someone said Florian Squirts. Someone said, let me pull it up. I have to pull up the exact Lil Uzi Verts. Lil Uzi Verts. It's hilarious. I read them all and I laugh. But on a serious note about Florian Wirtz, I think he's definitely a talented player. He's definitely a skilled player, an exceptional player. But I think he has to get out of the mold of that he's in the Bundesliga. I think he plays like he's still in the Bundesliga. You don't have the time in the Bundesliga. You don't have the space in the Bundesliga. Obviously, he picks up space and he has an incredible ability to pick up space, but you don't have the time. There was a moment where the ball dropped kind of like 30 yards from Bournemouth's goal. He did a little shimmy on Semenyo or someone, got back and facing their goal, and then just slowed it down and he got tackled. You don't have that kind of time in the Premier League. So I think once he kind of gets that into his head that, hey, you're not going to just do whatever you want. People aren't going to be in awe of you. Yes, at Leverkusen, you were one of the three best players in the league or whatever. But in the Premier League, bro, there's Cole Palmer, there's Bruno Fernandes, there's Odegaard, there's Foden. There's so many players of your caliber that people are already prepared for you. Whatever you were doing in the Bundesliga, it's not going to just work here. Right? So I think he has to kind of speed up his game. I think he has the physicality. There were so many duels where he won the ball back. He got us moving forward. But his final ball, it's almost too casual, too flamboyant. He just needs to lock in. I think that's his biggest thing. Lock in and focus for a full 90 minutes. Because you have the talent, you have the skill set, you have the ability to produce in this league. All right, his set pieces, his corners were great as usual. Always finding, kind of that center of the box penalty spot area, 6-yard box area. So delivery's been great. But his general play when it comes to decisiveness and indecisiveness is kind of what's costing him right now, right? So those are my kind of takeaways from the Liverpool perspective. I think Salah again, kind of slow. I don't know what's going on with him, but I think obviously. I spoke about the Jota celebrations and the tributes. I think it really affected him more than most of these players because he's been close with him more than a lot of these players have. So people like Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, they had Robertson, of course, had a deeper relationship with him. So maybe it's what's affecting their performances because they weren't this bad last season. So they're not going to just become bad over a period of 6 months. So I think maybe as the season progresses and he kind of comes to terms with them more, I mean, you can never really come to something like that. But hopefully he gets kind of his groove back and builds a relationship with Frimpong and Wirtz as season continues to go on. From a Bournemouth perspective, I can't say enough about Semenyo. I love this guy as a player. This is the kind of players I love. Just attacking threats. That's all I can say that he is. This guy's just a bomb. He can set off at any moment. He can launch one from 25 yards. He can dribble 5 players and finesse it with either foot. This guy's just an exceptional player. And I don't know if he signed that deal to get Bournemouth more money when he wants to move, but I can't see this guy just finishing his 20s at Bournemouth. No disrespect to them, but this guy is destined for Europa League, Champions League, football. The midfield was decent. Specifically Alex Scott, who's a player I really, really like. Him and Marcus Tavernier. Marcus Tavernier is such a creative, talented midfield maestro. Like this guy, when it comes to shooting, his shot selection is incredible. His shot power is incredible. His delivery is incredible. His technique on the ball, the way he finds little passes and just little gaps in the defense. This guy is so good. He's such a good player, and I wonder if he's gonna make that move as well. The two things that stuck out to me this game were, first of all, Senesi should have been sent off. Because that's a blatant, he literally swipes at the ball. And I know VAR is trying to be quicker with the decision and the things that they do this season, but that's so blatantly, obviously a red card. Oh, they gave the explanation that it wasn't a clear, obvious goal. What is a clear opportunity? I think it's going to be through on goal with 50 yards to go. That's a clear opportunity. It's you versus the keeper. With all the time in the world to make a decision. That's a clear opportunity. So that was a mistake from VAR, but what's new? Secondly, the racial incident with Semenyo and the I believe his Liverpool fan in the wheelchair. Disgusting. that if what was said is true, that fan should never see Anfield again. He should never be allowed in Anfield again. Because there's no need for that. There's no reason to say anything of that nature. And you should never be allowed back into Anfield for that. I can't fathom why you'd even have the audacity to say something like that. I don't know what it was that was said. I haven't looked online and kind of heard what Semenyo said or anything like that. But there was a stoppage and it said a racial incident with a fan and Semenyo. So I don't let that fan in Anfield again, because we don't need people like that tarnishing the Liverpool name. We don't need people like that saying negative things to other teams' players or even our players. We don't need people like that in stadiums in general. So get that guy out of there. All right? Somebody should have flipped his chair over. But overall, Liverpool win, start the season strong, but we're going to have to tighten up so many things tactically. Okay, I don't think it's a defender's issue. I think it's a tactical issue where we have to kind of bring some reinforcements. I want to see Conor Bradley back fit. Joe Gomez being on the pitch was great for us because he kind of tightened up things towards the end of the game. So I'm happy with that. But we gotta tighten some things up, and we gotta bring in new forwards because Gakpo couldn't be subbed off. Not that she should have been, but he couldn't be subbed off because there was nobody to bring in for him, right? If we had brought off Gakpo, then we would have left on Wirtz, who's having a bad game. So we need one or two more attacking options, right? We've already sorted out the defense. Gueye will probably come in. One or two attacking options, and kind of just keep rotating Szoboszlai, Jones, McAllister, and Gravenberch in that midfield, with Wirtz also in that midfield, and I think we'll be decent. Training will come in a couple games as well, so we have good options in those areas. We just need more in the attack. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the game. Premier League is truly back. Salah, my captain, FPL, clutch at the end because he was dropping a stinker. Let me know your comments. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the game. Your thoughts on the Premier League season. What do you expect? What are you kind of looking for? What do you think your team's going to do? What do you think Liverpool and Bournemouth are going to do? Just put in your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We hit 200 subs. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. We're going to keep going. And I'll be covering, some Barcelona, Real Madrid games, depending on kind of the magnitude of the results. I'll be covering some Bayern games, magnitude of the results, and some Serie A games, depending on the magnitude of the results, right? Of the games. If it's Napoli versus Milan, I'll probably, do a little review on that. But overall, I'm pleased, and I'm happy we won the game today. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Please drop your FPL teams. All right, drop your FPL teams. I found a way to fit Salah, Haaland, and Cole Palmer into my team. And you might be thinking, oh, this defense is trash. I might just put my team in the comment section below so you guys can actually see how good my team is. But I'll click on something. See you guys.